Hey, welcome to this week's Midweek Howl, the non-paranormal part of the From the Shadows podcast. Again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, we may not talk about Bigfoot, but we might talk about people with big feet. But you can go to our website, fromtheshadowspodcast.com. Check out all of our links. Go find us on all of our social media, and hit the contact button and send me an email if you want to talk to me about something. So there you go. There's the promo, Howler. How'd I do?
Yes, you do great. I don't know anything about promos. I mean, if I was out there in radio land and listened to that, I don't know if I would
Do any of it? You'd be like,
but that's just me. I'm foul most of the time. So,
well, I want to say you recording this on November 11th, Veterans Day.
it is Veterans Day. Yep.
So happy Veterans Day to all the veterans that will be listening after Veterans Day. But, I know you appreciate their service. I certainly appreciate their service.
Yeah.
Now, sadly, I'm going to start off with some sad news. One of my favorite veterans, my Uncle Wes, the patriarch of the Huntsberger family, my mom's side of the family, passed away Monday night, 11:15 or 11:45. Mom said he was a veteran of the Korean War. She said, boy, he just missed getting to celebrate another Veterans Day. She said that was kind of a downer. Yeah, he took a lot of pride. He was one of those guys, took a lot of pride in his service, which, they should. He was, he was 93, my Uncle Wes was. So up until about the last year, he was super sharp, looked super young. He looked 20 years younger than
Really?
Oh, yeah. He was really slender. He was slender, in good shape, very sharp. Ornery as all get out. He had an interesting story in the Korean War, and I did spend a lot of
Did it have
time.
to do with Bigfoot, or what it had to do with?
It did not.
What it had to do with?
So he said. So he was one of those guys that when he talked about black people, he still referred to them as colored. Okay, and you weren't going to.
So
is the way.
is
But so the story is, so this is how he used to tell me the story. Okay, he said when he first got over there, he probably had never been around a black guy. All right, and he goes
to Korea.
To Korea when he got to the Korean War.
They have a lot of blacks in Korea at the time.
In his military,
Oh,
in his unit. Okay,
I thought maybe that was maybe.
No, but he said this guy, and he was from Kansas City, I think. And he said this guy had been over already. He had already been serving, and the guy grabbed him and said, "Hey, listen. You want to stay alive, you stick with me. Okay? You just stick with me."
I'd be worried about anybody that said that. But go ahead.
So my uncle's like, okay, he didn't know any better. And so because he was doing what, this guy said, hey, stick with me. A general rolled into their platoon or whatever, squad or whatever.
Yeah.
And my uncle, was really like proper and followed orders and stuff. The guy took a liking to him because
the general
took a liking to him.
Okay.
And so when he left, he called back apparently and said, I want that guy to
be my driver.
To be my driver.
Was that what it was? To be your driver?
To be his driver, or to be there, like kind of be his guard. Like he was in the military police then, is what he put him in.
Yeah.
And so my uncle left and went around with this guy, and he said within days of him leaving, his whole squad
got
wiped out. And then my uncle, I always wondered, like as a kid, there's this picture of him standing guard outside of this building, like this, I don't want to say building, but like tent or something. I'm like, what's that mean? And my grandma said that was him. He was the peace talks for the Korean War.
Right. So his general was in there.
His general was in there, and he was out standing guard. And I'm like, holy smokes. And, that's just just what my uncle did what he was told and did it to the best of his ability. And he's one of those guys that came back and raised his family.
You?
I don't know. He
Did you
tried
say racist family?
raised his
raised his family. I was like, man, you're kicking him while he's down.
No. He raised his family in Upper Sandusky, Ohio, and was the general manager of Worthington Industries. Their one factory there in Upper, and he was good friends with the guy who owned Worthington Industries, and I think owned the Blue Jackets. I think he was good friends with him, and so he, Wes is just a good dude. His kids are good people. His grandkids, now his great grandkids. So it's a huge. It's kind of a somber day, but he was 93, and he had really, one of those deals where he lived a good long life, and the last couple weeks, maybe a couple months, weren't so hot, and you're like, man, he'd have never wanted to lay in bed or anything like my grandpa. He would not have wanted to have done what his dad did. So,
why did your grandpa get?
My grandpa had
up or something.
My grandpa had a couple strokes and basically laid in bed for 4 years before he passed away. And here's
Serious?
what's, yeah. Like he was there, and he'd sometimes call me by his son, my uncle that had died when he was real young, like 19. One uncle that I never met. Well, I did meet, but I was like 1. But he died in a car wreck, and he would call me him, or he'd call me his younger brother, who had been dead for 30 years. But that's the one thing he said. My uncle had like 20 mini strokes, and
how do they know that? I always wondered how they knew that.
I don't know. But then my one aunt that passed away a couple years ago, they said she had twice that many, and I was texting with my daughter, my oldest daughter, and I'm like, well, it looks like we got something to look forward to, having a bunch of strokes. Holy smokes, it's terrible. I hate to think that, but if I live as long as Uncle Wes and do as good.
And how old was it? 93?
93, just turned 90.
That means you got 28 years left?
No, 38, right? No, yeah, 38 years. I just turned 55, so yeah. So 30. Gosh.
Holy cow, you're right. I was the wrong decade off. Think about that. I thought about that earlier today because my grandma's 93 and I got her brother-in-law, my grandpa's brother, is 86. I always use his as my litmus test.
Mm-hmm.
That if he can make it to 86, I can make it to 86. But he said he pickled himself better than me. So if I didn't drink a lot, he didn't know if I'm going to make it.
Pickled himself.
Yeah, think about that. 30 more years, 35 more years. I was thinking my kids will be in their 50s.
They'll be our age.
Right.
Like
Isn't that nuts?
In 38 years. So 38 years, my oldest daughter will be 73. My oldest daughter's 36. So 30. No, she'll be 71. Yeah. The math is not.
This isn't a math show.
Yeah, this isn't a math show.
We're true Americans. We don't understand debt and math and numbers and
meaningless.
And my God, I heard the 50-year mortgage today.
Can you even imagine?
The only thing dumber than that, I saw something that had to be. It was 15-year car loans. Now that had to be.
Oh God!
Fake, didn't it?
Was it in the same breath as them giving everybody a $2,000 rebate from the tariffs?
No, this was like on. Yeah.
No, they really are talking about 50-year mortgages. Why? This is insane. I mean, can you imagine the amount of interest you'd pay in 50 years?
Those people don't understand it. Those people. Let's change the subject because it's making me mad.
Wow.
Let's go to something nice and fun like. I don't know. I was going to say Muslim immigration and the Crusades, but
no, that's not fun.
Okay, so so I'm reading the thing today that says the South St. Louis High School.
Mm-hmm.
It was built in 1918, maybe. Hold on, let me look it up here.
Okay. Wow. And they're still using it?
It doesn't matter. People don't go. I just Googled up high school built on Roosevelt High School. I was off by a decade. I'm getting it to load up here. Was built in 1925.
Okay.
Is a public high school in St. Louis, Missouri, as part of the St. Louis public school system. It opened in 1925 after 2 years of construction and the evacuation of a cemetery on the building site. And that's what I was reading it. From the 30s, from the 1930s, I'm going to go back to the cemetery. Yes, so that's what I was reading. This busing, magnet schools, discipline problems, academic issues, current status.
Yeah, because the place is haunted.
I don't. That's what they were saying. I can't find. It's not. Yes, basically that's what they were saying. It's
a cursed high school.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to find the name of the cemetery.
So did they move the cemetery, or they
said they did? What cemetery?
Oh my goodness! This is a horror movie that's writing itself. I would think, like F for murder or something. No, it wouldn't be. That's
F for, yeah, that's right. F for fantastic. That's what they said about my grades. I did so well, they held me back 1 year so I could help the kids. I was so smart to help the kids behind me, the younger kids. It was Picker Cemetery.
Picker Cemetery, okay.
Was evacuated. Now, can you evacuate it full of dead people? They didn't evacuate shit. They moved them. They dug them up and moved them. Why would they say it was evacuated?
Okay, listen, did they move them or they just moved the headstones? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
that's what I'm trying to find out. I am trying to find out the history. The cemetery is what I want to read about. But for some reason,
because how far? I mean, obviously,
Holy Ghost. It was a German evangelical church of the Holy Ghost. Started with meetings. This might be too much. This might be too much for the show. This might be too much. Our audience is not used to me Googling.
Hey, listen, and
I split screens. On one screen, I have you made small with a bunch of Hodgson reload data because I was looking up some shotgun shell loads, and then I'm up here looking at this.
Well, the thing is, I said
St. Louis, many St. Louis cemetery. St. Louis families have ancestors who are buried at the Pickers Cemetery.
Okay. Finding
the exact burial place of these family members, however, can be often challenging. Confusion is compounded by the fact that there's no two Picker cemeteries, and there were two, and their names change over time. One cemetery was on Gravois Road at Compton Avenue, and one's Gravois Road at Hampton Avenue, also in the Hampton's older section. I'm trying to see where it goes all the way to the it dates to 1843. Frederick Picker was the named pastor. He started his church on Washington Avenue about 1834. I'm trying to find out what they did. I mean, where did they put these people? I guess they picked them up and evacuated them. Okay, guys, get your stuff together. We got to move. I mean, how do you...
Well, first of all, back then, if they started using the cemetery in the 1840s, right? So they were on pine boxes if they used anything.
If they were lucky, probably cotton or wool blankets and shit. And that was the point. The article I read was talking about they couldn't guarantee they got all the bones and all the stuff out. So they just got all of them they could, most of them, and then they just poured some concrete. You know what I mean? Just,
Like, what do you do? Like, take a 5-gallon bucket, and here's John Smith, and there's Mary.
I don't know.
And just dump them back out? Oh, man.
Yeah, and I wish I could find a better article about it, but I'm stumbling around here. So, basically, it said the school Now, the kids that go there now, I know you're going to find it's hard to believe, at the intersection of Compton and Roosevelt,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and Washington Avenue are very susceptible to ghost stories. The modern student, I don't know if it's because they really believe in ghosts or if they're looking for another excuse, but apparently they say the building's haunted and they don't want to come to school and they don't want to learn when they're there because they're all worried about ghosts and shit.
Is this just a new thing, or has it been like this?
Well, it's been there since 1925 when they built the high school.
Well, I know, but I'm saying,
I think the demographics of those neighborhoods have changed over the last 50 years.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Everybody's scared of ghosts, and the question I have is that have there always been students that are scared of ghosts? I mean, you're talking 100 years later. Now all of a sudden, ghosts.
You're right. It is 100 years.
How would those kids? How would kids today even know that school is built over a cemetery?
Well, probably because there's articles written about it.
Well, if they're not going to school,
you don't think they've handed that school down like your mascot? You don't talk about what's your Buckeyes in 1977 or whatever.
So their mascot's a ghost. Or a demon.
I didn't even.
Listen, I'm just here's.
I brushed over the highlights because you know what I thought though,
mm-hmm.
and this might be too much for the show because this is a lighthearted show, right?
Okay.
Does your ghost mature over time?
Oh no. No, I think your ghost.
So you're stuck in time. So,
yeah.
These 1856 people that were exhumed.
German.
That's right. Germans. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
How are they dealing with being disturbed by inner city youth basketball games 5 nights a week? All the extracurricular activities that go along with that. I mean, other than the gunfire, I don't know what they'd have in common.
Well, I will tell you this, though, is you need to keep an eye on that property. Because if that property ever goes up, say they pull this off, the kids pull it off and they abandon the school, we need to buy that property because that would be the greatest October ghost. We would work 1 month out of the year, open up a haunted school on top of a graveyard. Well, that's $100 a ticket to get into that. You know what I'm saying? The kids now don't want to go to it. We turn that into a haunted attraction every October. They'll pay $100 to get into it.
Listen to this. I shouldn't even started this. Okay. The building opened for first students January 26, 1925, and was officially named in honor of Theodore Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
Most of its students and faculty transferred from McKinley High School, named after another president,
mm-hmm.
Totally different vibe, which was converted to a middle school in 1925 through 32. A smaller number of schools transferred from Cleveland High School. Many school traditions and names relate to Roosevelt, such as the mascot, the teddy bear. Its nickname, the Rough Riders.
Oh, well, yeah, the Teddy Roosevelt theme. Yeah.
Its original yearbook, Bwana, in reference to Roosevelt's Swahili nickname. So that probably has a different texture to it now
mm-hmm.
than it did 100 years ago.
Yes,
okay?
I'm certain.
Because it just does.
Yeah, I'm certain.
And its school colors and melody of the school song are those of Harvard University, Roosevelt's alma mater. So that's probably where they're gearing those kids up to go.
Crimson and white, right? That's.
It could be something extraterrestrial. In an effort to address the mounting discipline problems that the school administrators employed. Are you ready for this?
Oh boy, what?
In an effort to address mounting discipline problems at the school, administrators employed Montel Williams.
A
U.S. Marine. This is my words. on Veterans Day, this dovetails with Veterans Day, of U.S. Marine Montel Williams and boyfriend and bedmate of Kamala Harris. That's
Did
not on
they
here. That's my words.
did they date? I didn't. I had no
Oh,
idea.
come on! You never saw the pictures? They have.
No.
I don't know what
No.
they call it in California, but in France they call it a menage a trois.
Well, that sounds like a lot more than dating.
It's a trifecta, or if you're down here in the trailer park, they just call it a fucking mess. As a motivational speaker in 1982 addressed the student body, Williams encouraged students to resist drugs and stay in school. Despite his visit, 1 week later, a 16-year-old student shot another student in the first floor of the building, spring of 91. I don't have to tell you. Oh my gosh. While on a tour promoting the New Jack City, his film in New Jack City, rapper and actor Ice-T came to Roosevelt.
But when did the ghost story start? That's what I would. But I mean, if somebody got
taking a lot of. Well, this is what I don't understand.
But if somebody got shot there, well, it could be his ghost. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point. That's what I want to. That's what they're talking about ghosts from the cemetery 100 years ago. Well, it looks like here people have been getting shot in the school since the 90s. So how do you know which ghost is the one haunting you?
You don't.
I mean, could you tell? I mean, Beetlejuice. You think Beetlejuice would have a different flavor if he was?
I don't know. I think the best thing to do is to close the school down, sell it to us and we'll
just give it to us, donate it. We don't want to buy it. It's probably full of lead paint and asbestos from the dare, dude. You don't think nothing?
Yeah, dude. That would just be extra scary, right? That's part of the hunt.
Yeah, you don't know if you got your cancer from the air or the COVID shot.
Oh God. Anyway, let's segue into. Because I did have a lot of people ask how your boys' high school football team did in the playoffs.
They're winning. They're playing for the districts this weekend.
Really? Okay. So they won. So they won last Friday. Was it a close game or they?
No, it was terrible. I felt bad. 63-12, maybe.
63-12.
Yeah.
Wow.
It started out close the first quarter, and then by the start of the fourth quarter, they put the JV in, and they scored 2 points on two. I think what happens is, my son was explaining to me, some of these kids, they're just done with football, right? They play it year round, and so it's almost like once they realize that there's a slim chance of winning, they just give up.
Well, it's also basketball season too. The basketball's starting if you're playing both sports.
The final score was here. I'll tell you what it is because I took a picture of it. And I felt bad, but they run up the score because that's how they get ranked, I guess, or get their seeds. It was at halftime. It was 35-12.
Oh boy! So the other team never scored after halftime.
Again, yeah, I thought I had another one here with the final 63-12.
Wow. And that's after having a bye week, so that means some bad teams should have lost. So the better
we had beat that team earlier this year, and the team we play this Friday for districts we beat, but we only beat by 3, 38-35.
Oh, so it should be a good game.
Yeah.
All right. I did find, I saw, I searched through the weird news.
And then if we beat the team, the conference team, we beat them too. So but we got to replay them all. So you got to replay them all.
Oh boy.
Anyway, go ahead.
So I found a world record that I think you and I can probably beat and hold for a while. Okay. So you tell me if this doesn't seem like a terrible world record. So a guy, and he was an older guy, set the record for the fastest ice. He ate a 6-ounce ice cream cone. Set the time for the fat. He broke his own world record apparently.
Yeah, but won't that hurt your head? Make your teeth hurt?
It's only 6 ounces. Like it's the size of a McDonald's. a little bit bigger than a regular. I looked it up. It's like a large McDonald's ice cream cone. It took him 24.72 seconds. I could literally.
My head hurt thinking about it.
I think I could eat. I think I could do that. I think I could beat that record by 10 seconds.
Well, call him up. Let's do it.
I'm going to investigate this. I think we could.
I mean, I'm with you, but I'm just saying, don't count on me because it'll make my teeth and head hurt.
But it's not going to make it hurt right at the time. You could power through. I mean, you could power through 15, 20 seconds.
Easier that than 100 hot dogs like I watched some men people do. Holy cow.
I can't. Deal? I couldn't.
Listen, my God. I watched a hot dog deal 2 weeks ago. My stomach still hurts.
Listen, the minute they start dunking the buns in water.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Like maybe if they dipped them in gravy, I could get behind that. But the water is like gross. That's
yes.
That's one of the grossest things I've ever seen.
Yes.
Oh God. We got our first snow here Sunday night.
I talked to somebody about this lake effect snow. They were up by South Bend, Indiana, and said they had some snow. And I was like, really, already?
Yeah, it's kind of disheartening. The snow's. I'm looking out the window. There's still snow on the ground. And I had yesterday and today off, so I'm gonna go back to work tomorrow. I'm gonna keep my shorts on. I'm gonna wear my shorts out tomorrow. I think I can make it. It's supposed to be in the almost
because
50.
It was 73 today here, or 69 or so. It was so hot. I'm wearing shorts right now.
I don't want to hear it. I mean, we already got a Christmas tree up.
My wife's got a Christmas tree up too. Sure.
Is everybody going crazy? Like
no, it's just
Like didn't Christmas trees? Didn't people used to wait to put them up?
We had real ones that burned the house down.
It's true. Okay, I'll give you that. You're absolutely right. I mean, the first of 8 trees. My wife's like, she got it up, got the lights going, and then all of a sudden they went out. And then she's asking me, wasn't this a tree we bought last year, or isn't this a tree 2 years ago we put?
Oh, the lights that are like built into it, right?
Well, there was one tree where we took those off. Okay, we had a tree that had the lights, and they're. I mean, my fingers were bleeding by the time we removed. So I had to go in there and snip.
Why? What was going on?
The lights went out. She didn't want to get rid of the tree, so she just got rid of.
Why would your fingers bleed? Just throw it in the trash.
No. She wanted to keep the tree and get rid of the permanent lights that were on the tree.
Dude, these trees are a dime a dozen. Just take her to freaking Target.
Listen, that's not how my wife operates. She's very regimented and strict about her Christmas. Listen, all I know is I did it. It's what I had to do. Okay? I didn't say I liked it, but that's what I had to do. It made her happy. There. How about that?
You didn't even notice in your first one, but go ahead.
Listen, nothing. That's the problem. Nothing would have made her happy. So I shouldn't say that. Before we end the episode, I want to make sure everybody, our good friend Stacy Brown, is on this week's episode of the Confessionals. So everybody go check Stacy out. He's got some good stories he's telling on there.
I do not like that name, dude. To me, that sounds like
Stacy Brown or the Confessionals.
The Confessional, because that's Stacy Brown could be too. Stacy Brown could be a dark complected adult entertainer, female entertainer. That's what I was thinking. In the Confessionals with Stacy Brown, it could be. You know what I'm saying? It could be its own channel. It could be its own channel. They had them.
So you're saying the Confessionals
Stacy Brown. The Confessionals with Stacy Brown has a whole nother meaning. Have you ever seen Californication?
Yes.
You ever see the pilot?
No, I don't remember.
That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to say any more then. I'm not going to say any more.
So now I've got a completely a new picture.
Well, this is an adult. This is a adult friendly. This is all ages. This is a PG podcast.
You know, right now he's probably going to be listening to this while he's Ubering somebody around, and they're going to realize, they're going to be like, "Are you an adult entertainer?" And then
And he's going to say, with who's the, I can't think of his name. Come on, help me. Rush Limbaugh would do his voice sometimes. Who's the guy from the 70s?
John Holmes?
Singer. No, the singer. Come on, dude.
I don't know.
He had a real deep voice.
Barry White.
Barry White. Yeah.
I'm Stacey Brown.
Stacey Brown. Yeah.
And this is
the confessional. Maybe you tell me what your confession is right here.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the From the Shadows podcast. Until next time, never shy away from the darkness or what may be lurking in the shadows. We are out.